everyone, and welcome back to Indieventure, the video games podcast all about the wonderful world of indie games. Today, I have a very, very special guest, the one only Robin Bea.
Hello. Thank you for having me on.
Yes, you might know Robin from our sister podcast, I consider Girl Mode. We're sisters united. Yes. Another podcast talking about video games and indie games, and it's wonderful. And I was on last year. You invited me on. We were talking about this.
Yeah, we were just trying to figure it out. It's a long time ago.
A while ago, and we talked about demos.
It was probably 9 Next Fests ago, I would say.
Yes.
Given how frequent they are.
That's the thing. So when I went on Girl Mode, we talked about some demos, and now you are here to talk about more demos because they seemingly never end. And like you just said then, how many Next Fests are there in a year? Is there 4? 3?
I think it's 3 now. It's at least 3.
Oh God!
Last I checked, it's 3.
Crazy.
It's a lot.
Just before we hop into our demo picks, while I was playing demos for our chat, last time I remember when I was on Girl Mode, I think I was very much in the space of when the Next Fest came out, I was like, right, I got to play all these demos. Mm-hmm. This time, I have very much cooled on Next Fest.
Yeah.
I just play the demos I'm interested in, and then I kind of don't play anymore. Has your relationship with Next Fest changed over time? What how do you approach Next Fest now?
It definitely feels different now that there are so many. It feels like as soon as you the next one happens before the demos from the last one have become actual released games, you know?
Yes!
I think this feels like one that has broken everybody's spirits in some way.
Yeah,
because I think we've hit the confluence right now of there are so many Next Fest, and there is also so much AI slop that it's getting really I've heard a lot more people complaining this time. I feel I don't know if my approach has actually changed that much, just in terms of I'm still just my method is always just scroll the main page and pick some stuff that looks cool. And that's very painful because a lot of it is quite bad.
Yes.
But I think it's it's how you find, or how, anyway, I find things that I've never heard of. Because if I don't know, I could just go by things that I'm already looking forward to or whatever. But I think the fun of it is a thing that I would have never tried if it weren't for Next Fest.
Yes.
But it is getting harder. It is getting harder because of the AI
just
stuff.
The amount of crap that's on there. And the fact that I think I read somewhere, someone did a puzzle demo roundup for Thinky Games. Mm-hmm. We have this person, Serge, who is a machine when it comes to demos in Next Fest. And he plays almost all of the puzzle demos, and it's incredible. But I remember him saying in our write there was over 3,500 uploaded demos this year, of which
there's so many.
Puzzle alone, there was 700. Well, thinky genre demos, and then out of those, he's only a man could only play around 100 of them, and then from that he picked 50 out for us. Then I've never been at that much, but I do remember when Next Fest was still quite a new thing. I remember when websites wanted this kind of content as well. Can't relate anymore because they don't, apparently. I would play so many, and literally 50, 60 demos at over the course of a week, and it would just be such a grind. And now, like you said, there's a fatigue around it, and
there is.
I cannot.
Yeah.
I cannot deal with it.
I sort of when one is coming up, I'm dreading it a little bit.
Yes.
But when I'm in it and I'm finding good stuff, I think the key for me has just been being very willing to be sort of vicious about it. If I play 5 minutes of a game and it's not hooking me, I'm just Alt F4, close, uninstall, never think about this again. You just have to be very willing to cut and run. Because when you do find the good stuff, it still feels it makes me so happy that that I found something totally new. All the 2 of the 3 that I'm bringing are ones that I hadn't heard of. And it's just that process of just being here's something. It looks cool. Let's see, let's give it 5 minutes, and if it makes it to that point, I'll keep playing,
Okay, so we've approached this, I guess, differently, which is great, because with Next Fest demos, it's like, here are your wish listed games, and here's which ones have had demos. So
Yeah.
I've picked 3, which I'm like, I've probably talked about a bit about before on the pod, or maybe even mentioned one of them in girl mode, and we did it. I don't remember.
It's possible.
But
Yeah.
I've picked 3 of games that are like kind of more established in the indie space,
Mm-hmm.
whereas you've gone for, what was it, 2 out of the 3, which you've never heard of before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting! Yes,
which is fun.
Then I would suggest, would you mind kicking us off first with one of these picks? If you're right, or do you want me to go first? I feel like I'm desperate to hear what you've chosen.
Okay. No, I can start. I'll start with the puzzle game. I had to bring one puzzle game. I knew
Love a puzzle game here.
I need one puzzle here. So this one is called Helix Ascend and Descend.
Okay, yes.
This is one of the ones that I had never heard of. Mm-hmm. This is a game that is being developed by Badass Mongoose. It's a sort of top-down 2D world exploration kind of puzzle game. It has this really distinct visual style that reminds me of like zine comics, or like kind of like 90s alt comic black and white stuff. It's like very ink splotchy on white background. Very very stylized world, kind of like biomechanical stuff going on here.
Love that. Mm-hmm.
It's very cool, and it's at least so far as the demo, like totally wordless game. It's not like a tutorial pop up, here's how you do the thing kind of game. It's not a talking to characters kind of game. It is a game where you have certain abilities and you just sort of walk around the world and use them, and that's how you figure out how they work and how they interact. There is sort of semblances of not a language, but a symbology that it is building, where your powers have different symbols assigned to them, and there are certain points in the game where you are choosing your powers, and they are represented by combinations of those symbols. So there's some there's some even working out, what the mechanics even are in that way. Mm-hmm. But the basic mechanics that you're working with in the demo are, you have an ability to place a block, which can be something you use to cross a gap or something to put on a pressure plate, things like this. And then you get a little drone that you can kind of fly around. And one of the purposes of that is to push buttons that are far from you, things like this. But you can also, as you kind of just discover by doing it, if you place a block and then fly a drone into it, the whole block becomes a drone. So you can now fly around this block to cross gaps. And it seems like that's kind of the process of this game, is figuring out how you combine these multiple powers to solve different problems that come up. And yeah, from the 30 minutes or so that the demo kind of covers, I had a wonderful time of that sort of process of just poking around. What does this thing do? What's over here? How do I open this door? How do I combine these things? Yeah, it's something that I always really enjoy, of just given no direction, just go wild and kind of figure out what you're trying to do here.
If there's one thing we love in the puzzle genre, it's a button and a block.
Oh my gosh.
We love a block.
You can have so much fun with a button and a block.
Yes. This looks very striking. This black and white art style, and also sometimes it looks like the black and white is reversed, so your character is a little black character on a white screen, and sometimes they've gone back to white. Whoa! This doesn't even look like a puzzle game on first look. It's so
when I downloaded this, I truly had no idea. I was kind of expecting, I would be doing sort of Zelda combat or whatever. But I think it works. I really like, actually, that so far it has been all puzzle. Yeah, it's so striking visually and so interesting. It makes me think of games like it is not itself like Tunic, but it sort of reminds me in that way of the wordlessness of it, the sort of walking around and figuring things out, the you have multiple menu screens of, there's like a map, and there is sort of a couple of different images that are like torn, they look like torn paper. And throughout the world, you're finding little bits of these to complete these images. I have no idea what any of them are at this point, what they do, why I'm collecting them. But there is that sense of like, you are finding things to kind of fill out your journal or whatever throughout the world. And that will eventually do something, maybe. But it's that sense of sort of discovery and mystery that I really enjoyed in this demo.
Oh, what is the atmosphere like? Because it looks really... I can't tell if it's supposed to be tense or like... It looks like a quiet game. It looks
it's very quiet. It is not spooky. I think tense is the right. There is something a little menacing about it. There's another character who kind of looks like you, who keeps showing up, and you'll see them sometimes just like going about their business and doing things in the world, and sometimes they seem to be trying to stop you. So there is a lot of, there's that sense of just like, there's something going on that I am not aware of yet, and I need to figure out what it is before I like fall into some kind of trap, So there's a good sense of tension in this game that it doesn't tip over into spooky or whatever, but it's just like, what's going on here?
I'm looking at the Steam page, and there's a little animation of the character like almost taking off their head and the head flying around as a little
that's
drone.
The little drone ability.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
The animation looks really nice as well.
Yes. Yeah, visually incredible.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they don't take it off their head. They like kind of, something comes out of their head. It's really weird to describe. Like a projection. So what are we thinking? Ancient civilization? Are we thinking it's a version of you from the future or from the past?
Yeah, there's it feels like there's something there. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Okay, this is definitely getting at. I've heard of this and I've seen it. I think we might have something on Thinky Games about it actually at the moment, because again, I did not think this was a puzzle game. This looks like an adventure game, but it, like, you're so right. There's like a comic book art style-ness about it. Very oh no, what's the comic that I can't pronounce? Blam?
Oh yeah.
Is that that?
Yes.
I
can never make myself pronounce it correctly either, because I'm like, I'm reading the word. That's not what it says.
Exactly. I said it to someone once, and I fear he looked at me with disgust until I fumbled my way into saying it 3 or 4 different ways, and he went, yes. And I was like, oh,
but if you say blam, that also sounds wrong, just like conceptually.
It does. Oh, this is such a good pick. I will follow up your puzzle pick with my puzzle pick.
Perfect.
Which is Phonopolis by Amanita Design, who we haven't heard from in a while. I think their last game, was it Creeks? They had another puzzle kind of game. I'm quickly looking up their page now. But, oh no, they did Happy Game I don't know what that is.
Yeah. The last of theirs that I played was Pilgrims, I think.
Oh,
which was quite a while ago.
Good. So yeah, they kind of have been in the puzzle scene a while. They did Summerost, which is kind of like an adventure puzzler, and then Botanicula they did with the little insects, and so this one is the one that should be coming out this year. Although I know this demo has been around for a while now at events and stuff. I've been watching to see when I could play this demo, and so this is a story-driven adventure about a kind of totalitarian society which controls their population through like loudspeakers. It's very Orwellian, and our main character finds a pair of noise-cancelling earphones, and so when they put on these earphones, it's very I found it quite autistic coded. I was like, it's very much like you put on the ear guards and suddenly you have clarity and you're not like affected by whether that is something or nothing. But I just felt as soon as this little character put on these headphones, he was just like so much more aware and had so much more agency, which I loved.
Yeah. That's so true. I didn't make that connection at all. But like, as someone who bought a pair of noise canceling headphones like a year ago, and it changed my life, like that's such a good read. I love that. Yeah.
Yes. And so when he puts on these headphones, you get the attention of the police, and they're chasing you through a number of different kind of funny and quirky puzzle scenarios. So one thing about this game is that a puzzle isn't just a puzzle. Normally it's a building that you have to shuffle the floors of. So if you have a third person perspective, you're looking at the building from the outside. Your little character is like exploring, going into and out of different floors, and you're like twisting the different elements of the building to make sure he gets where he needs to go. And I think there's just something so... I love a puzzle game where the puzzle looks like it could be 3D printed, or you could make it out of paper. This game is very influenced by like, it looks like cardboard and paper and cutouts, and it looks very nice. So the fact that all these different puzzles are things that you can like touch almost and poke, like I love that.
Yeah, it makes sense that it's tactile. I checked this one out as well. Did you see on the main menu of this, there's a button that says making of?
No?
And if you
is
click
that like
it,
behind the scenes?
It's like such a short, it's like a trailer basically, but it just shows them making, like, you're right, like physically making these things out of cardboard and like sanding them down to get the right texture and painting them. And then presumably, I don't know, scanning them in some way to get them in here. But it's really cool to watch them do like kind of, when it looks like cardboard, I think it actually is cardboard that they scanned into the game and put little textures on in real life, and it's so cool. There's this little like micro trend of like sort of handmade games going on right now, I think, and I really love it. It gives such an interesting like dimensionality to things.
Oh, I've definitely one that sticks in my mind. There was one made out of paper, but it was the kind of paper they use on lanterns. I can't remember the name of the game. And the way
was that 30 Birds?
Or
am I just thinking of that because of the lanterns?
It's not that one, but that one's very similar to Phonopolis. The one that I was talking about, it doesn't, the paper isn't coloured, but the way the light is dispersed through the paper gives things different colour. It was crazy. I wish I could remember the name. 30 Birds is another one, which I played the demo of whenever. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But again, because that world kind of curved as well, so you're like walking
it's like
around
on the surface of a paper lantern.
That's it.
It's so good.
Oh god. Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's just like a little microcosm of these very delicate handmade games, and you know what, Amanita, take your time, you cook, girl, because I am so excited, and there's just such a mischievousness, a cheekiness about this game that I really appreciate. At one point, you're being your little character's like caught, and they're put in this like transfer van machine thing, and they're taking you to prison, and you have to like kind of work out how to get him out of this tank, and it's just so charming in so many different ways. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Okay, Felix is the main character's name. And yes, I guess the idea of the game is you eventually topple this regime somehow, at one man versus an entire city. But I think I love an Animita game. They are just they're such whimsical games. Yes. And I was playing the demo for this. Oh, that's right. I'm literally looking at one of the GIFs for this tank I was talking about, this vehicle. And at one point you peel off the side of the vehicle and you can see all the innards. It's so, and like just with your mouse grabbing it and peeling off, you know, when like you peel a sticker off a piece of fruit, it's like
it's so satisfying.
That is, I'm gonna have to go back, re-download it and watch that little trailer of them making it, because I would eat that up. I'm very excited for this one. My god.
The visuals of this game are so charming. I love just kind of clicking around and just like getting up close and trying to figure out like, what was that? You know, how was that made?
Yes.
Very charming demo.
It's super cute. So what is your next demo pick?
I'm gonna go the opposite direction and pick the least cute demo that I'm bringing today. This is another one that I hadn't heard of, a game called Unhomely by Studio 8 Track. And this is a very similar premise somewhat similar premise to Ex Machina, that movie Ex Machina.
Yes.
So in this game, you play as a journalist who has been invited to a very remote cabin. Well, he calls it a cabin. It's a actually beautiful, expensive, modern home, but the quote unquote cabin of a reclusive tech CEO, to get an exclusive interview where you're going to find out this huge project that he's working on. But you show up and you find he calls you and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to be out of town for 3 days. Just stay at the house, and when I get back, we'll do the interview." And it's a horror game about you are just sort of on the grounds of this house, looking around. You have you use your phone is kind of the main thing you have to use here, so you can get texts from him and from your family, and I think your partner can text you at certain times. That's also used as your flashlight.
Right.
But the main thing is you use the camera, so you can take photos of what stuff around his house to try to figure out, what this project is he's working on, and increasingly try to figure out what's happening at this house, because very quickly it becomes clear, he starts sending you texts based on things that you're doing, and it becomes clear that he's watching you. He's doing rich people stuff. Always scary.
Yeah.
And then it gets just very creepy. He wants you to take care of this weird giant fungus that he has growing, and you start noticing this fungus is growing out of things in the house. There's all kinds of weird things happening. The power keeps going out. You're seeing these weird figures outside, and it just becomes creepier and more claustrophobic as you go, and you're using your camera to take evidence of things and try to figure out what's happening. So it's very tense, very creepy. It has this really cool lo-fi style.
Yes.
This very pixelated, really highly detailed but very pixelated kind of style to it that looks really gorgeous and makes everything look a little creepier because you can't quite make out what a lot of things are in the distance. But just the vibes of this game, it looks so good. I've been on sort of a project for the past year or so I am not a horror person. I can't do horror games. I can't do horror movies, but I've been trying to get more into them because I'm there's a lot of good stuff happening that I feel like I'm missing. And so this was one of the games that I tried to push myself with. And I think it's really great. The feeling of being watched and that menace of why am I here? What's outside? Yeah. What's going on here? It's just it makes you very paranoid and just very tense. And I really enjoyed this one a lot.
God damn. And rich people have some fucked up shit in their homes. There's always that kind of vibe,
I think that's part of why it works, because you're is this just normal rich people shit, or is this evil take over the world, turn me into a zombie kind of thing?
Yeah, the surveillance, the overprotectiveness of the property, and also this looks like the Parasite house from Parasite.
Yes, totally.
The very mid-century modern. There's no doors. Everything's open plan. All the furniture is low to the ground, so you can't even fucking hide behind it.
Right.
Yes. Okay, I had no idea this game existed. This looks so cool. Another thing
very
as well,
creepy. I really like it.
It's
Sorry.
No. It's I think The Last of Us claimed fungus as a zombie thing. We need to reclaim it. They can't have a monopoly on fungus horror. So horror developers need to get back in, unless I can't think of any that come to mind now, but fungus horror is or mold is so weird and alien and creepy. I'm looking at the trailer for this game and don't think it's a spoiler, but there's a guy that's just, it's in the first 2 seconds of the trailer. There's a man with plants growing out of him. What is happening there? Oh my God. So this looks really interesting. And like you said, that lo-fi aesthetic, but sometimes with horror games, and I don't mean to be a hater, but when certain horror games, when they just put the VHS filter over everything, and you're just a bit this is not that. This is everything looks like it's been built into the game. Yes, it looks so cool. And
Yeah.
God, even the idea of like having someone just text you and get your attention like that, and you need it. Like, you need to see what this fucker wants you to do and where
Yes.
you can't even ignore it. That is so, again, rich people shit.
Even if it weren't for all the creepy mushroom stuff, it's like I'm like a woman alone in this house. There's this creepy, powerful man watching me and like telling me what to do. Like, that's scary already. Without the monsters, even I don't want to be in that situation.
No,
but it's cool. And also like the sort of the journalist angle makes it very much like you want it. You have to get up. You have to look at the scary stuff because you need to take a picture. You need to be putting yourself in the situation to like to be in the places you don't want to be the most, which I think is like just a very effective way of doing this.
At what point, Robin, would you have left? In this demo where you were playing, at what point would you, if you were in the situation, had noped out?
Oh my gosh.
Like the first text, like what are we talking
the
here?
first text would have made me, I would have covered all these little security cameras with duct tape. Yeah. There is the mushroom man you point out in the trailer happens like night number 2. And that's at that point, really? I'm like, girl, get out. Like, you gotta go.
Leave.
You just got there and this is happening. It's time to go home.
No. Oh God. So
but it starts off where she's like,
yeah.
It's like a mushroom person. But it starts off and she's like, if I don't do this interview, I'm going to lose my job. And so I need this. And then I'm just like, well, okay, I guess I get it. Like, would I really... Maybe I would stick around with the mushroom person if they was going to pay on it. Like, who could say?
This is so funny because what we were talking about before we started recording, like, me and you.
Exactly.
Would. Yes.
I was like, well, how much does this assignment actually pay, though? Because maybe it's worth it.
Yeah, when they get that invoice.
They're going to
be everything, mental trauma, everything's listed.
Worth it.
This looks so good. And also, before we move on, I also used to be really bad with horror games. Yeah. And I played, Red Candle's Devotion when that came out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So I was like, I want to play this game, but I can't. I'm too scared of horror games. So I forced my way through Devotion to play it. And I feel like I was Andy Dufresne. I came out the other side and I was like, I feel like I could play horror games now. So I did used to be like that.
Don't you feel so powerful? Like,
yes.
I genuinely, after playing this demo, I was, especially, it's a game about like, you're in like a normal, it's like a rich person house, but it's a house. Yes. It's just like, it's a place that's very recognizable. And there's this tension of like, is someone going to like break in? Like, is there something? Just walking around my apartment even, I just felt like, I'm ready. Like, if anything happens, I just went through it. I can do, like, I'm not afraid anymore. Yes! There is like a real power to pushing through horror games in that way that I'm starting to love.
Yeah. If anyone comes near me, I have 2 pieces of hot toast ready to throw at them.
For the
Don't
face.
come near me. Oh, well, I good luck to you on your horror pursuits.
Thank you so much.
Right, so I'll okay. My next one, maybe this one's a little bit creepy, but so my next one is The Mermaid Mask by SFB Games, which this is the one I maybe talked about with you on Girl Nerds.
I was going to say, I think you may have.
I will not stop going on about this demo, this game. I think I loved Tangle Tower so much. I just think it's a really good detective game, very well made. Have you played Tangle Tower at all?
I actually haven't.
Ooh. When you have an afternoon or an evening, I would suggest it. It's cozy detective game, but there is kind of a horror element to it. So in the first game, you're investigating a painting that has supposedly killed its painter, which is so fucking dope as a concept. Yeah. In this one, it's a locked room mystery where you're investigating a cauldron that looks like it's been forced opened, and something from the scratch marks inside has scratched its way out and killed someone. So even just the concept of these games, they are just so interesting. I just need
Yeah.
to know more about what happened. And I have a very particular interest in maritime and pirate lore. And this game is all about that. It's my love
Oh
of
my
Pirates of the
gosh, it's
Caribbean
perfect.
coming through. Literally, like... So this one takes place on a submarine. It's Grimoire, the main character, and Sally. And like I said, they're investigating this this cauldron that's been opened and has opened up and killed the captain of the submarine, who may or may not be a pirate who's come back from the dead. Pirate captain who's come. Which, you know what?
You never
Love
know.
that. Yeah. So I played the demo ages ago. This new demo, it's the same structurally, but again, they've just added some really just nice cherries on top of the cake.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at a scene, instead of it being just like a scene, you're looking at it, there's characters now that will be moving, like, or doing subtle animations within the scene, which is really nice. A lot of the objects now, you can actually interact with them a bit more. You couldn't do that in the first game. Everything is just so... The level of polish, like, I just haven't played another game where, no matter how big or how small, like, this, the voice acting, the animation, the music, like in the first game, all the characters had their own theme. All the characters, their names were puns. It was very Phoenix Wright, like Ace Attorney, like they were just so flamboyant. And Grimoire and Sally as a duo are so iconic. Sally is so deadpan, and she will not stand for any supernatural nonsense. So Grimoire being like, "It's a ghost," and Sally's like, "No, it's not. No,
Nope,
no,
can't be." I did play this before we recorded, and
Did you?
it makes me, first of all, I need to play Tingle Tower now because I love this. Sally, absolute queen. I was immediately like, I love Sally.
Yes.
The voice acting, like the performance of her voice is so good. Like,
Yeah.
like you said, that kind of deadpan delivery, it's like just spot on. As soon as like her first line, I was like, okay, I'm in. Like, this is fantastic. And it's very funny. I really like the sense of humor to it. Like you mentioned, the kind of the objects you can spin around. I love that idea of just like, is this really useful most of the time? No, but it's cool that there is this kind of, again, like tactility to it. Yeah, I really love this demo.
Sally is so great because Grimoire is very much like lovable idiot. But there are moments where their dynamic is also used for drama. So Grimoire will be like, oh, if we're looking at the blood splatter, you can see where it's trailed off down into the submarine, which means it was at an angle. And Sally's like, no, it pools first and then it trickles down. And you're just like, oh my God, it does. Like, this is so like right. This is a game that has thought about. It just feels like a good mystery game. Like, that is something that, again, I'm with Grimoire in the situation. I'd just be like, yeah, it's just a pool of blood. But Sally's like, no, look, it's like, oh, and that dynamic of her like pointing something out and then you as a player realizing that. There was that point in the demo for me. I was like, oh, there's something wrong here. Like that, like there's something has happened here, and it's just really good. And the puzzles are pretty breezy. Like they're not too complicated. They're not like really. They're not like major head scratches, but they are fun, interesting. You know, nice little breaks between the wider mystery. Oh, I'm so happy you played it. It's so good.
The puzzles, like, they're enough that you feel good when you solve them, but not that you have to be like, oh, what could have, you're not like bringing out the notebook to do long division or whatever, like you're playing Lorelei or something.
Jeez. Oh God. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I was thinking of that recently, actually. As much as I do like a puzzle game where I have to break up the notebook, I've been replaying the Professor Layton games recently, and there's just something really nice about being like, I don't need a pen or paper. I don't need to do anything major. I can just do this on my own, in my brain. And this is very similar. Yeah, I'm so happy. Oh, and another great thing about these games as well is that when you're solving a mystery, it's kind of like that thing that mystery games do where you have to like form a sentence from different from different words. So I always love that. And then Grimoire will awkwardly like say it out loud, which is so funny. But yeah, I'm so excited. I think this is, unlike last time when we talked about it, this will be out this year. They are gearing up the Twitter activity has gone up. I've been looking at it. Oh, Blue Sky activity has gone up. I've been looking at them. The creators, SFB, are like actively tweeting like behind the scenes stuff. So I'm so excited.
It's finally time.
It's time, and I will be playing it day one.
Yes,
as soon as it's out. Right, we have one more each. Ooh.
Yeah. So my last one, this is one that I did know about beforehand, and I've been looking forward to playing. This is Bobo Bay by New Future Kids. So Bobo Bay is, Rachel and listener, if you played the Sonic Adventure Dreamcast game and loved playing with the Chow Garden, that's what Bobo Bay is.
God.
The whole game is the Chow Garden. It's like you have this little island where you can raise these little creatures called Bobos, and you like train them up to have different stats so they can compete in different, like there's like races and there's like climbing courses. You can make them fight, which feels really cruel, but I guess they're fine with it. But around that is this kind of little like life simmy thing. You play as this like the most adorable character in the world. Her name is Parfait Biggs.
Parfait.
She has the cutest outfit you've ever seen in your life. This like strawberry top with like overalls and chunky boots. She looks amazing. But yeah, you just sort of like, you go around your island. There's like there's sort of a town where you can go and, you know, kind of interact with NPCs and buy stuff to kind of help level up your Bobos. You also have a jet ski you can get on to like explore these little islands around you.
Yes!
Which is very fun. But yeah, the main thing is just like hanging out in your little garden and raising your Bobos and then getting them to do these different competitions. It's like online competitions. So they are competing against the ones that other players have raised. I don't think this is in the demo, but in the full version, they said you'll be able to like trade them with your friends and stuff. So you can, you know, come to visit. But it's just this very cool, like creature collecting light life sim kind of thing. And it's just like so adorable. The everything in this game is so cute. The writing just has such a fun sense of character. Yeah, just everything about it is just so charming. You have like your whole menu is done through this little flip phone that you have, and it's just like just everything has this cool like kind of Y2K aesthetic.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And there's like a cool mix of styles here too, where like obviously this is based on sort of like a Dreamcast game, and you can kind of see that in there, but it's also like there's little details where like part of your costume is like there's these little like cell shaded kind of cartoony like sprouts coming out of your shirt, or just different kind of styles of texturing on things that gives it this really cool like clash of visual styles that makes it look really unique. Like it doesn't look like it's clashing. It's just like it's just different styles. But it just makes it look very, very unique and like just very much its own kind of character. This is a demo that I've gone back to like 3 times already to play a little bit more. Like it's just there's just something about it that's so relaxing and so charming. I'm obsessed with this game.
I've been watching the trailer as you've been describing. I just want to point out a couple of little things. One of the Bobos getting out an inhaler mid-fight to, I guess, because they're having an asthma attack or just need. Another one is one of the Bobos crossing between 2 buildings on like a high wire. Like, girl, get down!
What are you doing?
And the character stretching her arms out without bending the elbows and running. So girly pop.
Yes, totally.
This looks so much fun. I love a creature collection sim. I can bounce off them quite easily though, particularly if the creatures are not cute. I'm that kind of person. This though, they are so cute, especially if they're like again, just seen as something. One of them whacks the other with like a chair, like wrestling style. This looks so cute. I've not heard of these people either. New Future Kids. This looks great. Oh my god. And I haven't played which Sonic game did you say? I haven't, but I recognize it.
Yes, it's like the Sonic Adventure games on the
Yes.
Dreamcast that did this, which was like I was obsessed with the Chow Garden when I played those games as a kid.
Oh, I wonder if that's like, because they do look like chows. They look, I
Yes,
know,
it's
like the
totally
little,
like it's definitely what they're
really
doing.
looks like that, and the flip phone of it all. Yeah, this is
It's just so on point. It's just
and
like
you can dress them
it's
up.
yeah. It's fun to see like a developer put attention into like let's just make this cute and cool. Like there's so much about just like the character of the game is what seems to be the focus, and I just love that. It just makes it so fun to spend a little bit of time in, like, once a day or whatever.
Oh, and the jet ski. Gil has a hobby.
The jet
She
ski,
is
it's like,
on her.
why a jet ski? I don't know, but it's fun. It's great.
And it's like a purple and pink. It's mainly white, but it's got like purple and pink like highlights on the jet ski, and with the jumper, and the sunset and the waves.
It's like a
so
Barbie
good.
jet ski. Like,
and then you click onto the next screenshot, and it's just like two cute creatures fighting in what looks like a volcano. So
yeah.
I'm gonna have to play this. So is this the one you think you've spent the most time out of all the demos in? This has been your top one, do you think?
Good question.
You said you've returned to it 3 times. That's quite a lot.
I've returned to it a lot.
Normally I play apart from Mermaid Mask, which I've played a couple of times over how many years it's been out. But I don't normally return to a demo once I'm done.
I normally don't either. There's something like this that feels like kind of what this game is meant to be, where like something you'll play for like a little bit every day. It's not like you're going to spend hours.
Got you.
You know what I mean? So it's a good check-in game. I think I maybe have spent the most time in this one, to be honest. I had a really good time with it.
This is so cute. Some people download the demos and just stick with the demo and just never. And you know what? More power to you. Especially if there's like so much to do. And this looks like that. One of them's wearing a trash bag. Well, a trash can on their head with sunglasses on top. Oh, this is so good. Right, I'm wish listing that immediately.
Yeah, it's great. It's so girly pop, like you said. It's fantastic.
It's so good. Moving on to my last one. And I think we can always check out some what is it? What's it called when you have a group but they don't get into the final? What am I thinking of?
Oh, like honourable
mentions.
Yeah.
Oh god. It is currently 8 p.m. here in the UK, so I'm running out of fuel. My last one is Dosa Divas by Outer Loop Games. I was really obsessed with their previous game, Thirsty Suitors. I just love, like, the concept of that game was that you play as this woman who has to, Scott Pilgrim style, fight all her exes for numerous different reasons. The twist being that actually you might be playing the asshole. It's very Scott Pilgrim, actually. Which is really good. This is their follow-up game, Dosa Divas. It's a kind of RPG, turn-based combat where you play as 2 sisters who have a mech which is styled off a food truck, and the universe is very much kind of in the future where people don't really cook anymore. They rely on convenience food, and these 2 sisters are trying to bring back people's love for cooking, for flavor, for spices. And the drama is that their 3rd sister is the founder of this corporation who is feeding everyone these tube foods. So it's family drama. So that's from Thirsty Suitors as well. There was a lot of like the themes of food and family, and they're very much present in this game. The demo was really fun. I think, again, this one is one where I would never conceive this kind of game. I would never conceive that you would have a robot mech, which also may or may not be like a spirit of some sort. That was kind of like thrown in there. Love that. A food truck mech with 2 women, by the way, who are like older women as well. Like, one of them has like white hair. She is fabulous. The other one has a fro with like a streak of like grey in it. It's just so cool. And they're just literally beating the shit out of lawyers, corporate people who work for their 3rd sister. And I had a lot of fun with this demo. Another really interesting thing that I like is in Thirsty Suitors, the way that you would fight enemies is that you would see their weaknesses, and you would use whatever attacks would match their weaknesses, but it would be on like flirting, different ways of flirting with someone, whether that be to bully them a bit or whether that be to like kind of like come on to them a bit, which was so fucking funny. In this one, it's all about flavors. So if someone doesn't like spice, you hit them with a spicy punch, or if someone is a bit doesn't exactly like what are they? It's sweet's another one as well. If someone's not really fond of sweet stuff, you can like hit them with a sweet attack, and there's like big frying pans and like huge spatulas and all sorts of amazing, very thematic weapons and attacks. And it's just a very feel good game. I feel like at the end we're gonna get a nice family resolution, and love that. And I think it's just a different kind of like sci-fi. Is it sci-fi? I guess maybe like a different kind of mech, future.
I think it's sci-fi.
Right. Yeah, that's actually very true. But that's the thing. It's sci-fi because there's mechs and robots, but it's so different to what I'm used to seeing. I was just really surprised. And yeah, it's Outerloop like a POC studio, so that's just the way they approach just like game design and game worlds and themes is just so refreshing, and unfortunately nothing like we see often, which we should see more often. Right. But it just makes their games feel so unique, and it's so stylish. The style is it's oozing with style. It was so much fun. Like when the mech attacks, she like spins. She like does a spin in the air and like, it's just really cool. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one.
I love what you mentioned too about the characters being like older women.
Yes,
like, that never occurred to me, but like it's like every video game character is like nebulously 20 years old. It's good to see someone with a little gray in her hair. You know, like
100%.
This doesn't have to be Hollywood where women just stop getting jobs after they're 40. Like it's a video game.
God.
They can be any age they want. That's really cool. I like that.
There's like a nice wholesome thing about communities, and because like throughout the demo you were like also there's a cooking mini game, which Thirsty Suitors also had a cooking mini game. And you know what? This is what I love about these games. In both Thirsty Suitors and here, you wash your hands before you play the mini game, and I love that. Because in other games, you've been all around trotting around the world, fantasy lands, and you do not, in what is it, Breath of the Wild?
People
you do not wash your hands.
Food poisoning in other games.
Yes,
just
but
non-stop.
here they make a big deal of washing their hands before cooking,
That's so
and I
funny.
fucking love that.
That's great.
Oh, it's just, but yeah, Dosa Divas. Incredible name, and they talk about it all the time. They're like, she's a diva, she's the third diva, and they're talking about the mech, and I'm like, it's just so fun. I love it. It makes me excited.
If I've ever seen a mech that I would call a diva, it's this one. She looks
great. Absolutely. They look amazing. Like, it's just so colourful. Like, I just can't get enough of this game. I think out of everything I played, I think Dosa Divas for me, as much as I love the Mermaid Mask, this feels fresh. This feels different. I was loving every moment. It's such a feel-good game. Everything is so funny. Like, yes, like it deals with elements a bit indirectly, but I'm sure maybe the main game will deal with it with like capitalism and how we relate that to food and family. But ultimately, it's very tongue-in-cheek. We're here to have a good time, and I'm here for it. And that mech is incredible. Love it.
It is. I'm obsessed with this design. It has like kind of like the trunk front to it with the big windshield. Love her.
Oh, and like two giant fists.
Yeah.
So good. Oh yeah, and so you have like special attacks for each of the three divas. So for the two humans, one of them is like, oh yeah, you have like time hitting the pan back and forth, and the other one is you have to press down a key and make sure not to hold it too long before you blast. The mechs is you just spam F as fast and quickly as you can. It's literally described as punch, punch, punch. Like, it's like, okay.
Right.
So she,
simple enough.
So fun. Yeah. It's like, okay, she is definitely the melee, just all fists. Love that. Oh, that is such a good collection of demos. But do we have any honourable mentions? Because I played one, I sent you my 3, but I played one this afternoon. What is it called? It literally is just coming to my mind now. It's those the penny pusher slot machine.
Oh yeah,
games.
is that
Raccoon?
Raccoon?
Yes, Raccoon. What's the fuck? Hold on, let me get it. I think I saw someone on Blue Sky. Everyone's doing their threads of Next Fest demos, which I love. Because
Yes.
honest to God, I don't know
They're
whether
so
it's my
helpful.
Steam account. They are very helpful. I do not see any of the games that people have been putting up there. But someone had posted about Raccoon, and I went, go on then. And I played it. I played it for half an hour, and I had such a good time. It's let me get this Steam page up. It's essentially what I said. It's what are those machines called? Coin pushing machines. It's a coin pusher machine where you put coins to a machine. Those coins you put in push other coins on a shelf, which then push other coins on a shelf, which then drop down into a tray, and then you get the coins. And it's that, but like think in terms of Vampire Survivors, or like a dopamine rush of just abilities and upgrades and things popping on screen. And it did get to a point I was like, how much of, like, I am enjoying this. I am enjoying this game.
Yes.
But how much of it is just my little brain cells, like, just popping off at just the sheer overstimulation of what's happening on screen right now? Like, but it is good. It's good in that way. Like, I played Vampire Survivors because I liked seeing the numbers go up and seeing the Beyblade skeleton man spin around my screen, and this is very similar. Like, the sound, Robin, of 20 coins falling into
I can
a
just
tray,
imagine that.
I did not need to take my sertraline for the day. Like, I was good to go. I was like, anxiety, who is she? Like, this game is that is my very quick honorable mention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, have you seen a lot of chat about it? Oh,
I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I can't play these games because
it
will be that kind of like eating a whole bag of potato chips and at one time kind of feeling where I'm
yes.
I did get that dopamine rush, and then I'm just like, what am I doing? Like, I can't just focus on number go up. Like I'll get totally lost in it and just come back to myself and be like, what time is it? Who am I? It's too much for me.
It's like you exit the game and the computer screen goes black and you see your reflection in the computer screen. You're like, oh
who
no.
am I?
Oh god, I don't recognize that person.
Yeah.
Will I play this game if it gets released? Maybe for half an hour. It's releasing this month, the 31st of March. I think maybe I will partake for half an hour, and then bounce.
Yeah. It does feel like a good way for a demo to get your fix that way. To be like,
yes.
I've gotten the experience. I can now move on.
Yes. Especially as I was playing this game, there's like upgrades and coins and stuff. I was not paying attention. I was clicking on everything. And I was like, if I can afford it, and then just to get back to the screen with the coins on.
Yeah.
And maybe I've had my fix. I'm not sure. But if you like that kind of game, I recommend it.
Yeah.
It's very well made. It looks good. It doesn't feel like jumping on the trend kind of moment. It does feel like a fully realized idea. Like, there's upgrades. It looks really nice. There's difficulty settings. The abilities feel thought out and not just like you double your coins. Like, there is something here. Oh my God, Robin, there's a bit as well where I didn't know this. I didn't know how these towers existed in coin pushing games, but at one point a tower your coins will fall into like this dip, and a tower will be made of coins. It's beautiful. It's wonderful.
It's
and
majestic.
I'm like, oh hell yeah! When it's crashing down. Imagine this in real life, in meat space.
Yes.
Maybe I need to go find an actual.
Just go find an arcade. Go find a Chuck E. Cheese, and you can have this experience in real life.
You know what? In the UK, we don't have Chuck E. This honestly, it's such an abomination that we do not have.
I don't know if we have them here anymore, to be honest.
I need an animatronic arcade, like stale cheese, like pizza smell, stained
we
carpet
should bring it back.
Arcade. Come on now, Five Nights at Freddy's, that shit. Surely that was popular enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you get the kids in the door. You keep the business going.
Do you have any honorable mentions, or don't even need to talk about them that much, that we can just like shout out? I'm trying to think if I have any more.
Yeah, I have so many. I will point to one, another cute little puzzle game. This game is called Walk the Frog.
Oh my god, I
Have you
literally
played this
saw
one?
this. I haven't played it. I've just seen the thumbnail today because someone mentioned it in a thread.
So cute.
Please talk about it. Oh my
Yes.
god.
So Walk the Frog kind of reminds me of if you played like Parto.
Yes.
Yeah, so Walk the Frog is a game where you're a frog trying to get back to your pond, like where you live. You're separated somehow. I don't know what the story is. But the world is represented on like a grid of sticky notes, like post-it notes. And
Yes.
so each will have like just a little drawing of like part of the world you're looking at. And the whole game is you just want to connect the sticky notes like in the way to form the image. And once it's like laid out, it'll form a path so you can go to the end of the path, and then it'll open up a whole bunch of sticky notes and you arrange them in an order so they go. And then along, like once that's finished, there will be other characters you can talk to and like little puzzles to work out. But the main thing is just like kind of slotting these little sticky notes in a way that makes the world make sense so you can continue on your journey. And it's just a very like simple kind of a low weight sort of puzzle. It's nothing that you need to like really work out. You just kind of like find the little connections and make the world make sense. But it's really adorable. There's like there's characters of like you meet like a family of moles and like the king of the dung beetles and all of these little like creatures that you interact with are all really, really cute, really funny. Yeah, this was such a nice like chill out kind of game. It's again just like totally adorable, totally like relaxing, but like enough of a puzzle that you feel like you're, working things out in your head a little bit. I had a good time. I'm definitely like, this is another like instant wish list for me. I had a really good time with this one.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, the art style alone, it's like kind of Adventure Time-esque, but
yeah,
I would have all of these characters tattooed on my body. Like this little, this little frog person is so cute, and like all these characters, like there's one that's a screenshot with a rat with like a little nightcap on.
Yeah.
God damn. It looks adorable. Yeah. I'm so happy you brought this up. This was another one that I saw someone mention just on Blue Sky, and I was like, I've never seen this game before in my life. This has never been recommended to me. This has never been like I would not have found this game without like people talking about these demos, and I loved Kato, and I know I'm gonna love this. It's so cute. Like I will honestly, even if I'm not saying this about Walk the Frog at all, but even if a game doesn't quite land with me, if it's cute enough or if its art style is pleasing enough, I will play it from start to end. I will play it the whole way through.
Oh. Sometimes aesthetics are enough. Like, honestly, like, especially in a thing like Next Fest, that's like what catches my eye the most is like, that looks interesting. Like, they don't always work out. Sometimes it is like style over substance, but I think sometimes style's enough, If there's enough style, that's fine.
That's a really good point because, I think when I'm scrolling through, if there's just a thumbnail, the thumbnail of the game that looks interesting or cute or is doing something, I will either download it or wishlist it so I can find it again. Yeah, and I think there's something, if you get that thumbnail right, that's 50% of the work. And this frog in the thumbnail, they are adorable. Oh. Yes. Okay. I'm very happy. Do you have any others to call out? I'm very happy with our picks, though. I'm trying to think if
I think we got a good list.
I think this list is great. There's so many more that I wanted to play. But like we said, it's almost as well, like when I would play them before, I would just like get them as quickly as I could. The ones that I did play, I almost didn't stop and really pay attention to them as well.
Yeah. It can become just a checklist thing where you're like, okay, I got through this many,
Absolutely. And I think this time round, I've not played as many, but I feel really good about the ones I've played. Maybe minus for a coin, because that was purely just like, I know what this will do to me. I know what I'm going to get myself in for.
It definitely took me a bit this time. I think the first like day that I was playing, I bounced off of almost everything I was playing. but I think, you start to find the more interesting stuff a few days in when you're like dug through a lot. It's different too, because I will be writing something about Next Fest, and I'm not now. So I'm able to just do that thing that you said, like, of just taking time and being like, how do I actually feel about this? I'm not trying to think of how do I, write a blurb about this. I'm just like, do I actually like this? Like, what am I feeling about this? Which feels, I mean, that's how most people play these things. And so it's just a different perspective of being like, okay, I can just get excited about the ones that I care about. And the ones that I don't, I could just forget about them. There's no pressure.
That is so interesting, because like me and you, like part of our beat before was writing Steam Next Fest demo lists.
Oh yeah.
And I like that now we both have this approach. Even if I do miss writing those lists, but I don't miss the process. Yes.
Yeah.
I do not at all, because the grind was real. But I'm liking this more like considered approach, even if you did bounce off all of them, like the ones you do find, like Walk the Frog, this game, I'm gonna download it as soon as we're done here. I'm gonna download this game and I'm gonna play this demo, and I'm just gonna have a really great time, and it's gonna be awesome.
A delight.
Yay!
This is a great before bedtime game.
Yes. Oh, that's a perfect way of describing it. Oh my gosh. So that brings us, that we are so efficient. I love how efficient we are.
Nailed it.
That brings us to the end of our Steam Next Fest picks roundup, our little bundle of demos. I'll link a lot of what we've talked about in the description, so y'all should go play these games. Wishlist away. I think that is the best way as well. What do you think about this, Robin, as well? Like the best way to help developers during Next Fest. I think wishlisting is a must. Mm-hmm. Just like downloading a demo, I feel like downloads do help, and just giving good like, you know what, if you enjoyed a demo, email that dev and just be like, your demo was great, I had a great time. Thank you. I need to do that more.
I never, like, I very rarely, I mean, honestly never left reviews and stuff while I was like, when I'm doing stuff for work, it just feels a little weird, because I'm like, I'm doing this as like a critic and a journalist, and it feels like crossing that line a little bit to like leave this personal review and start getting invested in like, what is good for a developer or whatever. But yeah, wishlisting, everybody says, is huge. I think it's just fun to share the stuff that you're having a good time with, like, because it's like, even if, I'm sure it helps the developer to have word of mouth, but also it's nice to be able to be like, just to have this kind of a chat and be like, did you hear about this one? No. Did you hear about this one?
Yes.
Like, that kind of just sharing. It feels like you found a little treasure when you find something that like the person you're talking to hasn't heard of. We can be like, aha, well, let me tell you about like this weird game I found buried in the backyard.
Yes. Because like we said, not everyone's getting the same recommendations, and that's kind of frustrating in a way. But so, and yeah, if you, listener, have any demo recommendations, you can mention it in our Indieventure Discord, and also in the, do you have a Discord as well?
Our network has a Discord, The Worst Garbage, yeah.
Oh, yes. In that case, go over there and demo list away.
Yes.
But that brings us very nicely to the end. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
With our demo recommendations. I knew you would have some good picks. I knew it.
Yeah.
I think we are demo veterans.
Yes. We've done a lot of time in the demo mines, for sure.
Yes, we have. But yeah, Robin, do you want to say where listeners can find you? Plug away, list all you want.
When is this episode coming out?
Next week.
Next week, okay. So by the time it goes up, I think one of my shows, .zip, will have released our Next Fest episode, where we're going to have a trillion other recommendations by that point. Okay,
brilliant. Yes.
So check that out. But yeah, you can go to theworstgarbage.online is where the network that I'm on is. There's all the links there. Mm-hmm. But if you want to find my stuff specifically, robinbea.card.co or Robin Bombas on Blue Sky, where I have links to my shows and streams and writing when I get to do that.
Yay! But yeah, that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you for listening. Robin, thank you for joining me. And we'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye!
Goodbye. Thanks for having me. Thanks for listening.
Indieventure is a video games podcast created, produced, hosted, and edited by Rachel Watts, Rebecca Jones, and me, Liam Richardson. For more information, including a list of every game we mentioned in this episode, make sure to check out our website, indieventurepodcast.co.uk. You can get in touch by sending your questions, comments, and feedback to contact@indieventurepodcast.co.uk. You can support the show by rating us 5 stars and leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or your preferred podcast provider of choice. Some of the games we talk about on the show may have been provided to us for free for review consideration. Our intro music and stings were composed for us by Ollie Newbury. Check the episode description to hear more of his excellent tunes. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks for another episode of Indieventure. Bye for now.